9 News Plus weather sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Thanks for joining us here on this snowy Thursday here at 9 News Plus. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi. By the way, I'm going to be helping out with the 9 Cares Colorado Shares drive later on today, so hence the attire, a little different from what I normally wear, but figured to pass that along. Meantime, a lot of you focused on the weather. I understand that it is snowing a little bit outside. Looking outside our window here at Spear and Logan in downtown Denver, you can see those flakes flying outside our windows, and we're expecting here in the metro area for most of us at least 3 to 6 inches worth of snowfall north of the city, up by Boulder, Erie, Longmont, where a winter storm warning is in place. Wouldn't be surprised to see as much as 10, 11 inches of snow before all is said and done. Love this view right here. This is actually downtown Denver, where you can see that there's a bit of a lull. This is if you were watching at Green this morning, we were expecting a bit of a lull during the day part hours. So what we got this morning was kind of the appetizer before the main event arrives later on this afternoon and this evening. This is a little bit of prefrontal forcing. Long story short, this is not the main bulk of the moisture that we were looking at, but we did get in most cases, a good inch or two of snow across most of the metro area. A few spots may be closing in on 3 inches, including here at Lookout Mountain. Would not be surprised if up this way we're looking a good 3 inches worth of snowfall. And by the way, I know you can't see a ton here, but the reason I'm showing you this shows us the kind of snowfall that we're looking at. And anytime that Lookout Mountain is socked in fog like this, that means we're talking about a classic upslope snow event. That means you're getting winds backing against the mountains, and the results, it's foggy in the foothills where that moisture is condensing into what you're seeing there, into those clouds. And then for us here along the Front Range, we end up with snow. Now, in the Eisenhower Tunnel, kind of a fascinating dynamic, as tends to be the case here in Colorado. But for us at the Eisenhower Tunnel, much less snow at the Eisenhower Tunnel. I would bet that up there at 11,000 feet, they're going to get less snow from this storm system than what we are looking at here in downtown Denver. So that is thanks to that upslope mechanism that I was talking about. But we do have a good 5 to 10 inches of snow in that red shading, including Fort Collins and the foothills west and north of Denver. I think Boulder, we could be in line. I think Boulder in particular could be closer to that 10-inch mark than 5 inches. I think downtown Denver, 3 to 6 inches sounds like a good bet, and probably closer to that 6-inch mark here in downtown. You head south of I-70, and that's where those amounts probably do get a bit closer to the 2 or 3 inch mark up by Castle Rock, Centennial, Lone Tree. That area probably going to miss out on the heaviest or highest snowfall totals from this particular storm system. So for most of us, it's 3 to 6 inches worth of snowfall. Again, north and west of town, it's a bit more than that. And on the south side of the metro area, maybe closer to 2, 3 inches. It is bitterly cold. Do not want to overlook that. Temperatures right now in the low 20s, upper teens, and those temperatures only fall through the day. But if you're looking for warmer temperatures, we're not talking warm, but warmer temperatures, you got to wait till the weekend, and specifically Sunday looks to be the better of the 2 days, at least in terms of those temperatures. HD Doppler radar showing a fair bit of that snowfall across northeastern Colorado right now. Again, this is not really our main event, but a closer look in here, and we do have some of that snow mainly on the west side of the metro area right now. Most of the Denver area in a bit of a lull right now, but you get on up by Arvada, especially the west side of Arvada, along Highway 93, Lookout Mountain on east. That is where we're seeing some of that heavier snowfall continuing right now. So Golden, Morrison, north there, maybe even as far north as the kind of south side of Boulder. That's where we're looking at right now. Probably half an inch to inch per hour snowfall rates. The rest of the metro area, just a few flakes outside, and maybe an additional dusting or so of snow between now and 4 or 5 o'clock when the main round of snow moves on in. So the forecast, let's walk you through the next couple of hours statewide. Notice how this is pretty concentrated to the Front Range and the Denver metro area. The Palmer Divide is going to kind of rob the south side of Colorado of a lot of the snow, maybe a few flurries in Colorado Springs and Pueblo, but from the Palmer Divide on north and from kind of Steamboat Springs, the Parks, the Elk Mountains on south and east, that's going to be the main zone here for the storm system. This is driven by the jet stream. That's the narrow ribbon of really strong winds at about 30,000 feet in the air that dictates a lot of our weather. And this narrow ribbon of really strong winds is right overhead, and that is prompting a lot of this heavy snowfall. But because it's a narrow band of winds, it's really concentrated over a small, relatively small area. So it's northern Colorado feeling the bulk of it. Good news is, at least for the Friday morning commute, does look to be a little earlier. I think we will be done with the majority of the snow by the time we wake up on your Friday morning, with just a few leftover flakes in place for the morning commute. So, forecast and a closer look in here at the Front Range, since again we are going to be the primary zone impacted by the snowfall. A bit of a lull. I'm not expecting much in the way of accumulation between now and about 3 or 4 o'clock, but by the time we get to about 3, 4, and especially 5, 6 o'clock, that's when we get a reinforcing shot of colder air that will push its way into our region. That is going to bring back more heavy snowfall, and I think this is going to be also the heaviest band of snow, and also going to coincide with the coldest temperatures. The dynamics are in place for the heaviest snow to take place between about 5 o'clock and midnight, 1 a.m. Tonight, and then it does start to gradually whittle on down. But it's going to be a nasty commute home tonight. It's going to probably be a pretty nasty commute tomorrow morning. I think we're going to be talking about quite a few school delays. So kiddos, do your homework, but I would not be surprised if you get on in a little bit late tomorrow morning. So here's a look at those snowfall totals. And we kind of mentioned for you when we were showing you the winter weather advisories and the winter storm warnings, what we can expect. Downtown Denver, about 3 to 6 inches seems right. Maybe closer to 3 inches along 225 and C470 on the east side of town. Aurora, Parker, maybe again closer to about 3, 4 inches. DIA, probably 3, 4 inches. Along and west of I-25, that's where, and I think including downtown Denver, I think we're going to end up being closer to 6 inches here in downtown Denver. 5, 6 inches seems about right. West side of the metro area, Golden, Morrison, Arvada, 6 inches seems like a pretty good bet at this point, and would not be surprised if we slightly overperform on the west side of town. So Boulder, Golden, Highway 93 corridor, that's where we could end up with some of those bullseye totals closer to about 10 inches. And I just wouldn't be that stunned if somebody, let's think, I'll think of a specific spot here. Let's think of a Crescent Village, something like that comes in with maybe 11, 12 inches out of this one. We're going to get 1 or 2 bullseye zones out of this one. We always do. And somebody's going to come in with 11, 12 inches. And that, again, you heard it here first. Let's just leave it at that. So the temperatures. This is a big part of the equation as well. We've been talking about the snow, and I get it. That always gets the headlines. That always gets the attraction. But please don't overlook the temperatures. It is really cold out there. It's 23 degrees. It's November the 17th. Our average high for today is 54. So this is 30-plus degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Pueblo, the hot spot at 40. I mean, this is bitterly, bitterly cold stuff right now here across northeast Colorado. And we've probably already hit our high temperature for today. So actually going back to this for a quick second here, going back to those current temperatures, this temperatures only go down from this for the rest of today. So we get that reinforcing shot of cold air around 4 or 5 o'clock. That's going to drop us down into the teens, if not the single digits, by about 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight. So today, right now, this is your Miami Beach right now. This is your hot point of the day. So unfortunately, our wind chill of 14 degrees right now. It only gets colder from here. I wish I had better news, but well, it's we've been talking about it for a few days now, so I can't say that we haven't properly warned you all out there, but we're certainly talking about a very chilly day out there, and the wind chill making it feel worse. The wind probably picks up as well this afternoon, so all things in store. It is a cold, windy, and snowy day. It is a great day to 9 News and chill. Just keep it inside. And yeah, maybe make some chicken soup, something like that. That is today. Today is one of those days. I selfishly wish I had today off. I could just kind of get under some blankets on the couch today. That kind of weather. Dog's going to love it. My dog is thrilled to pieces about this snow. So for our K9 audience, one of our key demos, we're certainly happy that this is impacting you. Tonight, temperatures drop back into the single digits. That's if we are able to get enough clearing out there. I think we will. So I think we do drop down into the single digits. First time this season, we'll drop down into the single digits, or we're expecting our coldest night of the year. Remember, the three Ps, pets, plants, and pipes. Well, the plants are, I would imagine, pretty much all dead at this point. The pets have to be indoors, and the pipes, if you haven't already taken care of those, well, now is the long belated time to take care of those, to winterize your home and make sure that it is ready for single digits tonight. Tomorrow, not much better. We do get up into the mid-20s. We do have at least clearing skies. I think the snow will be done by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, but I think we're going to have some residual impacts. Those roads will be snow covered, ice covered, and also should mention here that 9 News, we will be starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning with our coverage, so we'll be on a little bit early. So 9 News Morning starts at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So again, for the latest traffic, weather, and news, we'll be starting a little bit early tomorrow mornings to give you a little bit of an extra heads up about what to expect for your Friday and what we expect to be a pretty nasty commute tomorrow. The worst commute, by the way, will probably be tonight, but tomorrow morning looking pretty bad as well. Temperatures for tomorrow. This is, keep in mind, again, our average high for this time of year is in the mid-50s. We're 30 degrees below average. This is an air mass that's coming straight from the Arctic. I was looking at some of there's different ways we can model where this air mass is originating from. This specific air mass is coming straight from literally the Arctic, from northern Canada. So when we're talking about temperatures like this is, again, Arctic air indeed, both literally and figuratively. So we do clear things on out. Then we got sunshine through the rest of the weekend, and it's going to stay pretty pleasant for the next few days. Worth noting as well, we do have the Broncos game on Sunday. Looks mostly sunny for that. We do have some indications that maybe things turn a little bit on the busier side for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Of course, I'm keeping an extra eye on that with Thanksgiving travel in mind. But I think for the most part, we're going to probably be okay for the key travel day on Wednesday. Thanksgiving itself looks pretty pleasant. Right now, it looks like the mountains would have the higher impacts with anything we'd see for Wednesday and Thursday. So just keep that in mind that into the mountains we could see some snow Wednesday, Thursday. The models are all over the place right now on that, but for now, I think in the Denver area, we're generally looking okay, leaving a slight chance for some rain or snow Wednesday, Thursday for the day before Thanksgiving and the day after. Now, finally, before we get going here, I want to leave you with this. 17 straight hours with temperatures below freezing here in Denver. And that number is going to probably end up in the 65 to 70 straight hour range by the time this is all said and done. So just please don't overlook the cold. Yes, it's snowing out there. Yes, that is, of course, top of mind. But please don't overlook the cold. It is nasty, nasty cold out there. This is mid-January kind of stuff right now, and we're getting it here in the middle of November. We have not dropped down, by the way, into the single digits in Denver in the month of November since 2019. So it's not every year that we get this cold this early, but worth keeping in mind. And by the way, I also want to give a special shout out to my friends at the University of Denver men's soccer team. They have to play a soccer game today, an outdoor soccer game at 2 o'clock. And it is not only a soccer game, it is their NCAA tournament first round game as well. So good luck, Pioneers. They're playing the San Diego, a team from San Diego. So you would imagine that they got a heads up on this, but I love soccer. I would not want to play soccer outside right now with temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s and continual snow. So with that said, again, the top takeaways, we do have that snow for the rest of today. Don't be fooled by the lull that we're going to have between about now and 3, 4 o'clock, because we do expect some heavier snow to kick back up around the evening rush. The heaviest of the snow takes place during and after the evening rush tonight, and then we calm back down in time for your Friday morning. But we do expect big commutes for the commute tonight and also for tomorrow morning's commute, and keeping in mind that 9 News Mornings gets going at 4 a.m. tomorrow as well. Now, in the nearer term, meteorologist Greg Perez right over there. He's going to have an update for you coming up at 9 News at noon, and also at 2 p.m. here on 9 News Plus. And then Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin's in at 4 and 5, and then Meteorologist Lauren Robinson's in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks. So we've got you covered all the way through right here at 9 News. Once again, I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your snowy Thursday.